Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Unnamed Sports Show. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm joined by my co-host, Jason and Jerry. How we doing today, fellas?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good.
Doing
Good.
good. Real quick, I got to give a birthday shout out to my fiance. Today is her birthday. She told me to shout her out since I'm kind of missing her birthday to do the pod. But big happy birthday to Kaylee. Put it on the board. There you go. There's your birthday shout out.
Happy birthday, Kaylee.
Happy birthday, Kaylee. Can't wait to party up for the wedding time.
Whoop whoop.
Well, before we get into it, besides wishing Kaylee happy birthday, please, for our listeners, don't forget to like, subscribe, go follow us on YouTube, on our social media at Unnamed Sports S. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And after this episode, it'll be uploaded wherever you find podcasts. If that's where you're catching us, please don't forget to like and subscribe there as well. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. It was championship weekend, and what a two pretty great games, honestly, back to back. It started out with the Chiefs and the Ravens. I mean, not what anyone was expecting as far as uh, who would win, but it was what people were expecting as far as a low scoring defensive battle. Just kind of uh, 1,000 foot view. Generally speaking, Jason, what'd you make of the AFC Championship game?
Um, Honestly, I was kind of shocked because I thought I was going to see a lot better play from the Ravens, and compete a little bit better. I mean, it still was a good game, like you said, but I really thought we were going to get a dominant performance from the Ravens offense, and I mean, Zay Flowers showed some signs, but the rest of the team kind of, they didn't run the ball. That was one of the big keys that I brought away from that game. Like, yeah, they get up by a couple of points here and there, but like you still that's what you're best at. And I
Hmm.
think he's like 31-0 when they don't run it over 21 times in a game, I think they said.
Hmm.
So, I mean, proof is in the pudding. So like you run the football, even if you're down, it's the best thing your team can do. I think Lamar Jackson struggled with getting the ball out of his hands quickly, and that kind of cost him some sacks here and there. But um, I'm not gonna put Lamar down and be like, oh yeah, he's not a quarterback. He didn't show up for this game. He still had some impressive plays, but um,
Including a pass to himself,
yeah,
which was
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
that was awesome.
yeah, that was really sick. We still had some good plays, but I thought I was gonna see better, and like the Chiefs been here before. Like you could tell they were ready, prepared, and came out playing. I didn't see that from the Ravens, and the Ravens haven't been there, and you could tell.
The big thing that I saw was the Ravens continually shooting themselves in the foot. I
Yep.
mean, you have, Zay Flowers makes a big play and he goes a little bit too far with the taunting 15-yard
Rookie,
penalty.
rookie Moose.
Rookie, yeah.
Yep.
Then same drive, same guy tries to dive across the goal line with the ball, fumble, clear fumble. He was definitely short. There was no question. Chiefs get the ball with a touchback right there, so they get the ball on the 20-yard line. Then the next ensuing drive right down the field, boom, boom, boom. Lamar throws a pick in the end zone, and it constantly was time after time, and there was some questionable calls in this game too. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention some of the refereeing. And this has been really for the last 2 3 years. It's been a major issue, especially in the playoffs when you really can't be having this. But there was a play that we were talking about before we went on that really infuriated me. Travis Kelsey shoves Roquan Smith in the back after clearly after the play,
Mhm.
and Kyle Van Noy goes and gets up in his face. Doesn't hit him, doesn't strike him, just helmet to helmet in his face. Kelsey kind of lurches back like this, boom, 15 yards, and it was a third down stop too. Ravens about to get the ball back, extended the drive, they get a first down. It just mistake after mistake. Jerry, what did you make of the game? I know your favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs, are now going on to the Super Bowl. What do you think of the AFC Championship?
It's every year, man. They just do it time after time every year. No, the Chiefs have proved everybody wrong. Everybody was doubting them coming into the playoffs. And I told you guys before the playoffs started, look, the Chiefs have been here before. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He's going to do Patrick Mahomes things. And he did it in this game. He made a lot of really, really great plays, created his own time in the pocket. We were watching it in Discord with a couple of guys, and they were like, man, Patrick Mahomes has all day to throw. Well, it was because he was scrambling in the pocket. He was making the time, making those moves to dodge those defenders, and then Travis Kelce, 11 catches for 110-something yards and a touchdown, just absolutely lighting it up. Kind of going back to what Jason said, the Ravens did not play their game. They did not run the ball. And everybody's going to talk about the Lamar Jackson discourse and how he didn't, he wasn't able to perform, wasn't there. I think two things can be true at the same time. One, obviously Lamar Jackson did not play his best game, did not play an MVP caliber game. But the loss was not 100% on him. His team did not give him any support, really. And yeah, I was disappointed in the play calling from the Ravens too. They just needed to run the ball a lot more. They only ran the ball with their running backs 8 times, a total of 8 times all game. And
that's
just
the number
not,
one rush offense in the NFL.
That's just not the Ravens' offense. It's not what they're built around. That's not their play style. Kyle Hamilton really impressed me this game, though. He was flying around like a monster all game long, so he'll be exciting to watch in years to come. But yeah, we get to see the freaking Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. Yay!
Woo.
Great.
Woo! I'm happy. So happy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too. I do feel in some respect the old Browns just didn't really show up in this game, which was a little bit unfortunate for those of us that wanted to see the Chiefs go down. And if you watch the season, if you watch the games all year, the Ravens were dominating literally everybody, and this was the first team that they weren't. And not to discredit the Chiefs, because I think the Chiefs are a good football team. Obviously, they have the best quarterback in the NFL. Obviously, but it's not. I didn't think they did anything that spectacular. Travis Kelce looked great. Patrick Mahomes looked great. And I'll tell you what, that game sealing pass from Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling was pretty impressive as well.
totally redeemed himself.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, if you watch the game, it's not like Mahomes was pushing the ball downfield. At one point I believe he was like 28 for 34 for 200 yards. It's like 28 completions with only 200 yards on that. That's not great, It was mainly, to me, the Ravens absolutely just crapping the bed at every opportunity they could. And the teams that makes the fewest mistakes in the playoff is the team that's going to come away with the win. So
yeah, that's kind of been the Chiefs' MO all playoffs. They figured out, look, Kelce and Rashee Rice are the two guys that we got to get the ball to. Other than that, let's rely on the defense, not turn over the ball, and we'll come away with the win. We'll grind it out and be able to come away with the win, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, their defense, especially their secondary, paired up with Chris Jones up front, is just it forces teams to be put in really uncomfortable situations, throw passes they don't want to. It's like that pass to Isaiah Likely that was picked off. It was like that ended up being, I know what Lamar saw for a second, but it was triple teamed by the time the ball got there and intercepted. So what are you going to do? Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Taylor Swift will be going to the Super Bowl. Woo! Exactly what the NFL wanted.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm just kidding. Basically, she would have to go to her concert, take a flight immediately, and she would be there the day, midnight before.
I think the day before, in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
She's gonna be there. Are you kidding me? It's the Super Bowl, and her boyfriend's playing.
Okay, he's not going to the Grammys. He's not going to the Grammys. It's the Grammys.
He's got to prep for the Super Bowl.
They have
Grammys, Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I did it wrong.
America's opinion.
Yeah. I would say.
I don't know. There's been a lot of talk, especially in the playoffs here. Well, the NFL's rigged. They wanted Taylor Swift. Of course, the people that say the NFL is rigged had a option either way. If the Ravens win, it's like it was in the logo. We saw
Yep.
it in the
Yep.
logo. And
Yep.
then if it was the Chiefs win, well, they wanted Taylor Swift, obviously. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
whatever.
What are you gonna do? It
What
is
do you-
rigged.
Yeah.
My bet didn't hit by like 2 legs. It's rigged. You know.
rigged. They saw Jason's bet. They're like, we can't let that happen. No, it was a great start. I mean, obviously not who I wanted to win, but the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl again. Patrick Mahomes is setting record after record. He now has the most Super Bowl appearances by a quarterback under 30 of all time. He just passed several, I believe, in this playoff run. He's passed Favre, Breeze, and a couple other dudes on playoff wins.
I think
And
he
now I
passed
believe
Peyton Manning
he's
already
about
too.
yeah, he passed Manning, and he's getting close to Montana. He's still pretty far from Brady. He's still got
Mhm.
like half
Yeah,
of
no one's,
Brady. but
good luck touching that one.
I think
Good
I
luck
think
touching
if
that one.
he wins
By
the
the end of
Super
his
Bowl, he
career.
ties Montana
Yeah,
with 15.
with 15, yeah.
Just
So
disgusting.
it's yeah, and he's not even 30. He's 28 years old, 29 years old. So pretty gross. Still a lot of years in that AFC West that Jerry's going to have to contend with him, but very impressive. You know, everyone counted the Chiefs out, and here they are in the Super Bowl again. So congratulations to them and all the Swifties who have enjoyed a lot of success for the last 3 months.
That
There you go.
her-
Happy
her
birthday,
right there.
Kate.
Yeah. Happy
Did you see
birthday.
Did you see the tweet where it's like Browns fans realizing that it took Swift?
3 months to get success. Yes, I've been waiting my entire life. Yep. There's a
Yeah.
couple of them. I saw one from the Browns, one from the Bears. I think there was one from although the Lions had success this year, but I think there was one from the Lions as well. So, yeah, I mean,
the
it's
Jags.
disgusting. Yeah. Blake Bortles meltdown.
No, Miles Jack
Hey.
did not
Yeah.
fumble. All right.
Fair-
Sorry,
fair
it
enough.
was a fumble. Miles Jack did recover the fumble.
Well, let's move on because I'm tired of being depressed thinking about the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's get to the NFC Championship game where the Darling Lions took on the 49ers, and all of America was rooting for the Lions. Everyone was pushing forward, and they jump out to a 24-7 lead. Jerry, you know, a football is obviously a game of 60 minutes, and a lot of things happen. A lot of the tide can turn on a dime. What did you see in the NFC Championship game? Were you surprised? Were you like, what were your emotions watching that game?
The Lions did exactly what they've done all season long. Get out to a hot start, jump out to a big lead, and then let teams back into the game and they can't close it out. It's kind of been their problem. They did it against the Bears. They did it against the Saints. They for some reason just can't figure out a way to close it out. That being said, I think the 49ers are all in all the better team. I think they deserved it. They played a great game. Christian McCaffrey is amazing. Debo is amazing. They played a very solid game. And a lot of people are going to question Dan Campbell's fourth down calls going forward being super aggressive. I, for one, am not questioning it because it's what he's done all season long. That's why the Lions are in this position, because of his aggressiveness. Also, their kicker freaking blows. So sometimes it's just the better option to go for it on 4th and 3 or less. But yeah, congrats to the 49ers. I know my mom is elated. I'm going to be at her house watching the Super Bowl. I think she's having a party. Maybe everybody else can come
I'll be
over.
there.
Everyone
I'll be there.
listening's invited.
Yeah. Yeah, even
her address is blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah. No, it was a good game. It was interesting because I was watching it on my phone. Yeah, I saw it. I was watching it on my phone, and the Niners went down and scored. And I think it was a tie game at that point. They had just tied it up. And I went to go make some food real quick. So I turned it off on my phone, made food, come back. Niners got the ball again. Turned to see a Jahmyr Gibbs fumble. I mean, if you think about it, that's the difference in the game right there. That's the difference, is that one turnover just can't happen in the NFC Championship game, especially against a team like the 49ers. And they took advantage of it, came back to win. So as depressed as we can be about the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, we can also be equally depressed about the 49ers in the Super Bowl because they've been there too many times as well.
I ain't mad about it.
I'm not mad about it either. I like that you say that because there are a lot of people that are like, well, and even myself, I was talking to Pauline, and sorry, I don't know if we're supposed to name her. Well, you named your girlfriend. All right. I was talking to my girlfriend Pauline on the game, and I was like, listen, if they kick a field goal there, if they kick a field goal there, that's 6 points, and now instead of it being 34 to 24 at one point, 2-possession game, it would have been 34 to 30, and now a touchdown gives you the lead, and a touchdown that they ended up scoring. So it was, in that same breath, though, like you just said, the reason that the Lions were an 11-win team this year, or 12-win, 11 or 12-win team this year, that was in the NFC Championship game is exactly that. Went for it on fourth down. They were an aggressive team. They were always, biting kneecaps. They were coming after you. And Jahmyr Gibbs makes one slip up against a really, really good opponent, and you just can't do that.
And also, sorry, one more thing. Let's not forget the fourth down play worked. Josh Reynolds just dropped the ball right in his gut.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It doesn't. The pass could have been better.
Reynolds dropped two.
Yeah, two. The one I don't know if the other one was on fourth down, but the one that he dropped in his gut was on fourth down.
It was on third down, I think.
No. The one he dropped in his gut was on third down. The fourth down one, Goff was that was like it was right at the beginning of the second half. They're driving down the field, and Bosa comes flying up the field, and Goff gets uncomfortable, runs up, and throws just a little bit
like
outside
the sidearm lobe.
Yeah,
it was catchable. It was catchable.
No, it was. Yeah. You should have caught it. If you're in the NFL, you have to make that catch. It wasn't even like a laser. It was a good touch pass, but it was a little bit off and low. The one you're thinking of was like a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, and he's on a easy crosser route, and Goff just puts it right. I mean, literally right here, and he dropped it, and it's just like, when
you can't make those mistakes. Yeah, against the 49ers, you can't do it.
And it's crazy because they have such reliable hands on other places. And
I know
they play potential other places. It's like, why?
Even he's been a reliable target all season long. Like, he's been solid.
He's solid.
There's a reason he's a number 3, but
right. I'm just saying.
Throw the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, facts. Like, it's that simple. Like, he's gonna get open. He has the most sure hands. He's a top 5, top 10 receiver in the league right now. So like, why aren't we throwing it to him? And if not, maybe throw it to your all-pro tight end. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah, and on top of that, Amon-Ra St. Brown will literally break a leg before he doesn't get the first down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he will like, he's not stopping. The dude's a sociopath. So get him the football. But back to what you were saying, Jason, like, what were your thoughts on the game? What did you see? I feel like overall the Lions are definitely going to be back here at some point, right?
Yeah. No, I was talking to my girlfriend.
Crickets.
Taking applications. Anyways, I was talking to our Discord channel, and
wait, what's your criteria?
Cutie. What a
cutie? Nope. All right, moving on.
Family friendly. Move on.
You're talking to the Discord. That's on me. Most people would just be like, yeah, a girl that's, this tall and she does this. You go. Cutie, what up?
Look.
A baddie, what up?
I didn't say all that. Like I said, cute. I said cutie because she ain't got to be a baddie. Baddies become problems, all right? Anyways. Point. That game, I don't know. I would like to say it was an impressive performance. My biggest thing I would take out of this is, like, CDJ, bro, you gotta stop talking crap to these receivers, bro, because the amount of times that man had an arm into his face on the ground, like, not good. He got stiff armed by Debo. He got stiff armed by Christian McCaffrey. Like,
He was waving bye to the fans
that's
when
what
the
I'm
score
saying.
was
At
like
halftime,
24-7. Yeah.
yeah, but they have beef that goes like from the Eagles beef,
Yeah.
and then he's kept talking about it throughout the year. Like,
He gets
Yeah.
beef with everybody. 'Cause he doesn't stop running his mouth.
And
like
then he gets torched.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's good. He's a good safety. He's just always when he starts talking a lot, like that's when it becomes a problem because then
Yeah.
you're giving the whole other team beef. Like, they're literally on Instagram live, like talking about him after the game. Like, you think they had motivation? Of course they had motivation because
Yeah.
you were talking. Like, I don't know.
100%.
If you're gonna talk, finish that game. Like, period.
Yeah, 100%. And he did this last game too. I mean,
Mhm.
he's talking crap about Baker, and then he got a lucky interception off of a tip. It's not even like it was.
No, it wasn't even his interception.
Yeah, and he throws the ball back to
It was
Baker
great.
afterwards and talking
Yeah.
smack. And they were this. I mean, Baker threw for 350 on his head, dude, for 3 tuds. Like, get out of here, dude. I just
I wasn't
like you just said, if you're gonna talk like that,
finish.
you better win.
Yeah.
You better win the game.
Yeah, you better be walking like you're talking. Period.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Well, I think the overarching we talked a lot about the Lions. Let's talk a little bit about the 49ers. The 49ers are just they're just absolutely loaded. They're just such a great team. Jerry, what was funny there? Why are you
Nothing.
laughing?
Nothing.
No, absolutely not.
The 49ers are very good. They're very good.
What's funny?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Continue.
Something's funny, guys. I don't know. Apparently, I'm out of the loop on things these days. Maybe we
Taylor
have
Swift,
talked enough
though.
about the 49ers, and I just don't think that we have. But either way, the Christian McCaffrey, absolute beast. He didn't have his best game in the world, but he dominated when it mattered. Like, his bad game was still like 120 all-purpose yards and I think 2 touchdowns. I believe he had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah,
At
I
least
think
one.
he ended with 2.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, too.
That's a bad game for Christian McCaffrey. That's an off game. A guy that people don't talk about a lot, but had a fantastic game, Brandon Ayuk. That catch he made off of the face mask of the Detroit
Was-
defender was absolutely unbelievable.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
impressive
Okay.
tracking ability. He's one of the best route runners. He's always open. He's blocking downfield. You can tell that this team really cares a lot about each other. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they're an unbelievable defense. They play really well with the momentum of the game. As especially if they have a lead, they're able to just suffocate quarterbacks with that pass rush. So, I think the 49ers are a pretty fantastic team. It's going to be, as much as we all wanted the Lions to win, it just seems like everyone was rooting for the Ravens and Lions, and the world got Chiefs 49ers.
Yeah. Too much red.
Way too much red.
I think we're also forgetting about someone because he plays a position that is very thankless, much like the offensive line. The fullback position,
Dude, he had some catches
Oh.
this game.
Juszczyk, however you pronounce it, he
Yeah.
was balling.
Yeah.
He's the reason why my bet didn't hit. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Honestly. Did you guys see George Kittle's block on Aiden Hutchinson too, where he just
Buried him.
drove him into the ground?
People were saying,
He's
like,
a monster.
people were saying, oh, that's holding. No,
No, it's not.
that was
No, that is literally
that's getting
textbook.
manhandled.
Like, that's
Yeah.
literally. I want to see that when I open the book of how to block as a tight end.
textbook.
You know what? As an edge, like, he could go play tackle. Like, honestly,
Oh, yeah.
that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah. I think also one thing that's exciting for Lions fans to know from this game, well, not from this game, but moving forward, Ben Johnson is coming back for at least one more year as their offensive coordinator. So that is huge for them. He turned down the Commanders and the Seahawks job to stay as the offensive coordinator. Ryan, can you mute your YouTube? I hear some echoing going on.
I do too.
Is it me though?
I think it's Jason.
Could be. Hello. Yeah, it's you.
It's me.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you.
It's fine now.
What's up?
We good? I
I turned
still.
it down. It's because I turned it down.
Sorry,
check-
folks. Technical difficulties here.
Technical difficulties, and we do this thing live, so there's no there's no troubleshooting on the back end.
We should get our tech guy to work on it, but
Yeah,
Who's that guy?
I'm working on it.
Rocky, he's laying out in the
Is that
living
better?
room.
Yeah, much better.
Not
Nope,
really, but
there
we'll
it
just deal
is.
with it. We'll just deal with it. All good, all good. All right. Well, what
We're
a
off
great
to a hot
show.
start,
I
boys.
can't believe people listen to us.
Are we good?
Nah, it was a fantastic weekend. It was a lot of really good football. It's exactly what we wanted. And I think at the end of the day, we got the two best teams. So the Super Bowl, which is in 2 Sundays, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after, is going to be absolutely fantastic to watch. Any final thoughts on championship weekend, fellas? Jason?
Go Chiefs. Kidding. Go 49ers.
I'm about to come through
mean-
this computer screen right there, dog.
I'm kidding. I do not want to see the Chiefs win another Super Bowl. This is getting worse than the Warriors dynasty, the Patriots dynasty. I'm hating it. So hopefully the 49ers come out win. I didn't see all the 7 Joe Montana years. I was not alive at that time, so like
Didn't count.
didn't count.
On top of that, like, do we really want Swifties to just, this was so easy. We start rooting for a team and they win the Super Bowl? Yeah, no. They have to lose. Have to.
They have to.
100%. Absolutely. All right. Well, that wraps up our championship weekend talk. The Super Bowl is up next. We can't wait. We're going to go to a brief intermission, then we'll be right back on the other end. We'll see you here soon.
$20. Easy $20.
Alright, we're at the Browns and Jaguars game. We made it to our seats. Jason, Duval County, how are we feeling before the game? Duval! Brian, Cleveland, Cuyahoga County, how are we feeling?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Ho, ho.
Alright, should be a good one. Stay tuned to watch. What do you think? Woo! Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, 14-0, baby. Let's go.
Oh man. Jason, post game analysis, what happened?
Not now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Unnamed Sports Show. We're so glad you're joining us today. Real quick, before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on our social media at Unnamed Sports S. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you find social media. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast. You can always listen to the podcast later. The audio will be uploaded and the YouTube video will be uploaded to wherever you get your podcast. So, we're now back on the other side. And also, before we continue our sports talk, we want to give a shout out to one of our listeners, Jacob Vanskoy.
Yes, sir.
He is officially retiring from the Special Olympics after 22 years. He's won 4 MVPs and 19 state championships. So congratulations, Jake. Congratulations.
He's him.
Congratulations, man. Also,
He is
also,
him.
why are Jason and Brian getting invited? Where's my invite to the retirement party? What's going on here, man? It's cool. Congratulations, man.
Be
Congratulations.
better, Jerry. Yeah,
I'll try.
absolutely. And thank you for listening. We really, really appreciate it. So moving on. Super Bowl, Chiefs, 49ers. 49ers favored by 1.5 points at the moment. I'm not sure. Do you have the over under there, Jerry?
It is 47.5.
47.5. And we'll have another podcast before the Super Bowl, so we'll go into a lot more in depth. But again, as we did a little bit in the also Jacob said, I got you, Jerry. So
Hey, there it is.
there it
Thanks,
is.
buddy.
But 1,000-foot view, Jerry, what do you make of the Super Bowl? I know it's 49ers Chiefs. Kind of how do you see it going? What do you think? We'll save our picks for later, so don't say how do you see it going. But what do you think are the big keys for the game?
Big keys. I think this is going to be a very similar game to the Chiefs-Ravens game. You got two really good defenses going at it. The 49ers obviously have a much more high-powered offense than the Chiefs do. So I think if the Chiefs can play their game very similar to the Ravens game and kind of keep everything in front of them, keep it tight, don't really give up the big play. They gave up one to Zay Flowers and they kind of shot themselves in the foot. You talked about it earlier. But if they can keep everything in front of them, don't let Debo, Brandon Ayuk get those big plays that we're all used to seeing. I think the Chiefs have a legitimate shot to win this game. But if they can't do anything to stop Debo, if they can't get McDuffie on Debo or Snead on Ayuk and they're just blowing it wide open, the 49ers are going to run away with this game because I just don't think the Chiefs have a high-powered enough offense to keep up with them if they're able to do that. So.
Yeah, I think that to allude to your point, the Chiefs defense is really going to be the key in keeping this game winnable for the Chiefs. I think right now they just don't have the talent on the outside to go score for score, like even like the Lions did, like other teams could, like the Packers could. The Chiefs they have two targets and a good running back, and obviously the best quarterback of all time. No, I'm just kidding. Best quarterback.
Just stop.
Best quarterback right now. I know. I just wanted to see you guys' faces. Jason, same question. Like, what do you think? Big key of the game. Since Jerry kind of focused on the Chiefs, what do you think the 49ers' big key is?
Get to Patrick Mahomes. The more you can get to him, the harder it is for him to get it to his best two targets. So, double team Travis Kelce. Double team Travis Kelce.
One more time for the people in the back.
Double team Travis Kelce. I mean, I really don't understand why we are in 2024 and teams still don't want to double team Travis Kelce.
Yeah, me neither. It
It's
doesn't
wild.
make it is pretty wild. It doesn't make any sense to me. He is the best tight end in the NFL right now. He is he's a fantastic player. I mean, it's funny you're talking about the Discord chat. I'm sure the play where Mahomes, he's scrambling, he's rolling, he rolls left, he's getting hit, and he just kind of floats it back to the middle, and Kelce lays out for this amazing catch right across the middle. It's like, Mahomes is only able to do that if you have someone like Travis Kelce catching the football. So
Exactly.
if you can limit his production, if their defense can limit Kelce's production and get to the quarterback, I 100% agree with you. And if they're able to run the ball offensively, if the 49ers can run the ball offensively and get into the end zone, which they have been able to do all season, then the Chiefs are going to be forced to pass a lot, and it'll play right into the 49ers' hands.
Absolutely.
Yep. I mean, and you see, I think the stat since Chase Young has been on the team, I think they lost one game, maybe. But
the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, like they have the ability to get pressure on the quarterback. They can run the ball very well, and they have the weapons to outscore the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs have been trying to play a game of let's not lose the game, and they've took it another step and saying their best players are playing their best football, and if they can play that style of offense or team football, sorry, I should say, if they can play that style of team football, and with their best players playing their best game, they're gonna run into some trouble. The 49ers are, but I think the 49ers have the ability to stop some of the great playmaking and then outscore on offense to compete with that the Chiefs, how well the Chiefs defense has been playing lately.
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree. 100%. One last shout out to the chat here, just to make sure we highlighted all of it. Jacob Vanskoy says his basketball stats: 1,421 points, 729 assists, 853 rebounds, 692 blocks, and 622 steals. To that we say, the
Oh
goat.
wow!
The GOAT.
The
LeBron ain't
goat.
got nothing on you, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 40,000 plus 10 and 10.
Nah.
No, that's extremely impressive, and again, congratulations. So
And
that's
another shout out. I got the 49ers, Taylor and Brandy. All right, I got the 49ers.
Yeah.
All right.
not
I think
giving our predictions right now. Come on, Jason, stick to the script. Take some notes from the NFL and stick to the script.
I think everybody can read between the lines here and see that we're all tired of seeing the Chiefs, so we're all going to take the Niners.
Nobody knows anything till we say it, Jerry. All right.
Well,
And
then
guess
I
what?
never said it.
I may say go Chiefs.
There, we can delete the
you
VOD, so there's no recording of it.
Yeah.
I would never say it, but still.
Delete the VOD.
Our avid fans don't know what we're gonna pick yet, and we gotta keep them in suspense so they tune in next week. Jerry, Jason, come on, guys,
My
come on.
bad. No, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Yeah. What are you doing, man?
But in unnamed sports show record history, we're done talking about football, and it's only been 38 minutes in. Any last thoughts on the Super Bowl before we talk about it next week, gentlemen?
It's going to be interesting to see what Brock Purdy does in this kind of spotlight. That's another thing to look out for.
We're skipping all the way from the Super Bowl. We're not even going to talk about the Pro Bowl, the best game.
Get out of here.
I don't even know what is the Pro Bowl. I didn't,
Well, they let
Flag football.
they're
Two-hand
like
touch.
Gardner Minshew in the Pro Bowl, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not their fault. That's the quarterback saying, "Hey, I don't want to be out here." So I guess it's kind of their fault for making a game so
Yeah.
bad that a lot of the quarterbacks don't want to play in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's flag.
I
It's literally flag football. Just literally
There was
flag
a-
football.
There was an SNL bit the last Saturday that they were talking about how the whole premise of the skit was that like this was the last weekend of real football because now it's all the Super Bowl stuff. But one of the bits was like, "Well, what about the Pro Bowl?" And he's like, "I've covered the NFL for 34 years and I've never watched the Pro Bowl." And I've never related to something so much. So
Yeah, I don't think I've watched the Pro Bowl since I was like 8 years old, maybe. Like,
I watched it the last time I watched it. I watched it the last year before they like started like the tackle rule. I just can't remember what that was.
I do like
Can't
the
remember
skills
what it was.
competitions. I will say that the skills
Yeah,
competitions are
that's
cool to
fun.
watch.
That's interesting.
yeah, skills competition's cool. They need to bring back the long throw. I don't know why they're not
Absolutely.
doing that.
Yeah.
That was
Absolutely.
watching those old videos of the long throws, the
This is-
absolute best.
That's
Yeah.
actually probably why you thought Brett Favre was the GOAT. Brett Favre can throw it the farthest. He's the GOAT.
He is. He is the GOAT. Apparently Lamar said he could throw the ball 100 yards in high school.
I literally just don't doubt it. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to. That
That's
man can throw it pretty
so
far.
far. That is
I-
so far.
That's really far.
Probably he can probably throw it like 70. I've seen him throw it like 65 off his back foot, like in
Yeah.
air. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's absurd. It's absurd. All right. Well, outside of the Pro Bowl, there's not much going on over the next week, so we'll have a
Good,
much
good Pro
more
Bowl talk,
in-depth-
guys. Good Pro Bowl
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. Pat ourselves on the back.
sponsor
for
us,
that.
all right?
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
I think the we'll go a little bit into maybe some of the Pro Bowl stuff our next one, but we'll do a real in-depth episode on the Super Bowl Okay, guys, we don't know. All right, stop contradicting me. And we'll do a real in-depth analysis of what to expect in the Super Bowl, what our picks are, and all that stuff. So make sure to tune in next week. But that wraps up NFL talk for the day. Let's move on to the NBA. Joel Embiid injured again. I'm going to hand this off to you guys, Jason or Jerry. Go ahead and take it away with a little bit of NBA talk. I still haven't got to the point where I've started watching the games yet.
He did sign up for League Pass. We'll say
I
that.
Did
I signed up for
Hey,
League
you
Pass.
started the
And then he found
process.
out he
I
can't
got
watch the
Bally
Cavs
Sports.
with the League Pass.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay,
And the
so
one
he
game
came.
I tuned in, the Cavs lost.
So let's start by saying Embiid has clearly been the number one in the MVP race so far throughout the season. He, if he doesn't play in 6 more games, he could not be considered an MVP with the new rules that they have set.
Mhm.
Like he literally cannot be considered the MVP.
Now,
Why did
just
they
quick
do that?
question: can you go over what the new rules are and why they've been implemented? Is it because of people resting? Is that why, or what's the?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for A, so people can't tank as hard. B, so fans that pay for games can go see their favorite players. I believe the rule is there has to be at least one quote unquote star, and I don't know. I think it's something with the amount of all pros or sorry, all pros football. Sorry,
All-star.
all-star games and like leading in certain stats and awards makes a person considered a star, all-star. Like I think there's actually 3 separate levels, and what people consider players that can get max contracts, right? So there's a lot of stuff that I don't specifically know, but I get the gist, so I can kind of give you the gist. But
I know
yeah,
for the major, sorry to cut you off, but for major awards, players have to play at least 65 games. That's the number one cutoff rule. That's what they implemented this year.
yeah. So, A, it stops people from tanking. B, it allows fans to see the players, and it kind of kills the, what do they call it? When you're resting to try to save yourself.
Load
I thought
management.
load management to cut the load management issues that the NBA has been having in the past few years.
Interesting. And what's the minimum threshold for games you have to play in order to receive the awards? Did you already say that?
Yeah,
Or-
65.
65. Okay.
65.
Also, has Embiid missed that many games already? That
Yeah, he can only miss 5 more games all season long to win MVP. He's
Wow.
missed 12 games so far.
And what's oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say he's on a heater right now. He's absolutely lighting up the league.
Yeah, 35 points per game.
35 points a game. That's insane.
Insane.
That's absolutely absurd. What's how's Jokic playing? Is he at that MVP
He's-
level as well?
Yeah,
or
I mean
kind
he's considered second. I think he's died down in his scoring, and his team hasn't been playing
they've
as good as
fallen
they
off a
were
little bit,
earlier.
right?
A little bit. I wouldn't call it anything crazy, but
I mean,
He's
they're
had a
no
lot of
Cleveland
guys on his
Cavaliers
team
right
be
now.
injured on his team too. Like Jamal Murray was out for a long time.
yeah. So I think Vegas is second favorite, so I would consider him second favorite. I do want to say the top 5 is I think
Yeah, he's only
Yeah.
averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. It's not bad.
and rookie numbers. He's second favorite. I would have him second. I think I want to say Giannis is third,
Probably.
and then probably Luka, right?
Probably.
And maybe Tatum. I don't know, something like that.
I feel like Halliburton's got to be in this conversation, no?
He was before he got injured. He would have been my third, honestly. The way that man was playing, dude was 20 and 12. Like what?
Yeah, he had 2 straight games with 2020. 3
Yeah.
straight games with 2020.
Yeah, no, NBA's been crazy, honestly. Like there's like no in between. There's no either you're getting blown out
Yeah.
You're getting beat. Like there's been no in between games. There's no been except for that Lakers game, the Lakers versus Golden State. I don't know if we have talking about that. Okay,
Yeah,
just
we have
kidding.
it. Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay,
But
now later.
yeah. But yeah, Halliburton's averaging 23 and 12 right now, shooting 49% from the field.
That's like pretty good.
That's and he's been out 3 weeks now, I think, with a hamstring injury, I want to say.
His first game was yesterday.
That's a team, they can score at will, but they do not know how to play defense at all. But they can light it up. But man, let me see what they're. I want to see what they're averaging right now as a team.
What, the Pacers?
Yeah.
As a team?
Yeah.
But while you're looking that up, let's kind of jump down to the next topic. Cavs back at full strength. Garland back tonight. On that, we're losing to the Detroit Pistons right now.
We're losing now.
Yep, 43-41. The Pistons are 6-40 this year, guys. So they're an all-time bad team, and we're back at full strength. Maybe we should not play with all these guys. I don't know what the issue is, but
I think
I'm just kidding.
They have to get back into the flow of everything. The team's offense had changed a lot. Like it went from pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll, drive or dish it to a big man or alley-oop it to a big man, to rotate and at the 3-point line, try to get Morel and what's the other dude's name? Jerry?
Strus. Max
Strus.
Well,
Strus.
Strus. Yeah, Strus in the starting line.
Niang.
Niang open, trying to get 3-point shooters open, and let wide to my Darius Garland,
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. I literally
Are you
had
even a
Spider
fan,
in my head.
dog?
I had Spider in my head and I could not think of his name. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Literally let him cook, and then if anything else went bad, Allen would clean up the boards and just try to score off rebounds and stuff. So they just got to get back into the flow of the pick and roll scheme, I think. And then I think our bench players have more confidence now. I think that this helps us a lot more in the playoffs.
Sam Merrill, his confidence level is shooting through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Which is what we need.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pretend like I've been paying attention and I know all that.
Okay.
But,
So, sorry, I have found the MVP awards. They don't have.
you didn't find the MVP words. All right.
No, I did.
There-
I did.
Oh,
It's Nikola Jokic, Shai Alexander, Luka Doncic, Giannis, Jason, and then Kevin Durant. And I'm
So
saying
they don't even have
have
Embiid on there.
Embiid on here because he's probably injured, and that's they don't allow you to bet
Yeah.
on anyone that.
Because he was injured before last night's game. He had just come back. He had missed like 3 games in a row and then got re-injured last night. So they think he's going to be out for an extended period of time. So.
oh boy.
But I did find the Pacers stats circling back. In terms of points per game, they're averaging 124.8, which is number 1 in the league. And they're giving up 122.9, which is 3rd worst in the league. So if you want to see an exciting game, go watch a Pacers game because they'll light it up, but so will the other team.
Now, is that because they don't play defense, or are they just playing at such a fast pace that people are getting more shots up?
I think it's a
both.
little of both.
They play at I think the fastest pace in the league. I mean, they definitely have the most fast break points. I'm pretty sure from last time I checked, but
yeah, their
then they
transition
picked
offense
up,
is really good.
Yeah, no, they picked up the most efficient fast break player in the league. so
Yeah.
with Siakam, so I think when they're all healthy and they're all playing together, they're going to be a very scary offense to deal with.
Indeed.
Well, what were you guys were thinking about talking about a game, but then you stopped. What was that game? And tell us all about it, Jerry.
The Lakers went on the road to face the Warriors on Saturday night. An absolutely electric game. Went into double overtime. Lakers win. Final score 145-144. LeBron James career high in rebounds. He had never reached 20 rebounds before. I know.
That's so
Right?
surprising.
When we heard that, we were all like
I
mind
was like,
blown.
no way. I was
Yeah.
like, no way. And I still don't believe it. Because I didn't
Yeah.
double check it.
Yeah,
But-
I still don't believe it. LeBron with a triple double. Steph puts up 46. Steph got a pick and roll on the elbow, and he got AD on him, and you just knew immediately as soon as he had AD on him, he just looks at him, couple dribbles, steps back, boom, nothing but net.
Bang.
Yeah, I think they took the lead with that shot, and then the Lakers ended up winning eventually. But man, just an electric back and forth game. Draymond being Draymond, causing all his issues that he does. Probably most hated player in the league, right behind Dylan Brooks, I'd say.
As he
Yeah.
should be. He's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even watch the NBA, and I know that this dude literally is all he does is cause problems. It seems like it's been exacerbated this year. I don't know if you would agree with that or not, because he's always been kind of that kind of a player. You know, the physical, the whatever. But I feel like this year he's been like an actual issue.
I think
Yeah,
the fact
mean-
that he got suspended for it probably,
Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you gonna
highlights it a
do?
little
Like,
bit.
okay, the issue is he is a problem. The NBA cares so much about the Warriors and views and stuff that he literally threatened to retire, and they're like, "No, wait."
Yeah.
Like, what punishment is that?
Yeah.
He gets what, 10, 20 games probably. I think it was. And
It
so
was
absurd.
indefinitely at first.
Yes,
And then
yes,
he
but they
went
always
to
do that.
rehab,
don't
whatever you want to call it.
Right. If they don't have a set date on how long they want to do it, they did the same thing with John Morant. Like they're going to say indefinitely until they figure out the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, but the game, he didn't do it justice. All right, let me tell you
No,
what.
yeah. You take it away. Take it away.
LeBron James, all right, and Stephen Curry, when they play, it's a magical thing to watch. They play with so much passion. They even at the end of the game, they dap each other up like, we did it again. Like,
Look at
you
us.
could watch this.
Who would have thought?
You can watch this game 20 years in the future and be like, it's still impressed with it, you know? Okay. LeBron. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna look at the ball. Pop from 3-point line. Splash. Puts him up by 3. Golden State comes back. Steph. Bucket. High game. LeBron. Jimmy at the, what's the side of the
Elbow.
at the inside
corner?
short corner, hits the shimmy, fade away, post shot, buckets. They're like, then you're at this point, you're like, Cavs got this. It's fine.
Lakers.
No.
The Lakers.
Lakers, I'm sorry.
Trying to rewind the clock a little bit.
Pain.
Lakers ahead. Steph Curry comes back. First of all, actually, another point that I want to say. The Warriors get away with the worst moving
Bro.
blocks of all time, picks of all time. It is ridiculous. We're in 2024. Like, can we figure that out yet?
They've been doing it for years.
For years.
They've
They
been-
were
That's what I'm
doing
saying.
it
I
when they
don't
were
watch
winning
the
titles. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
every pick they set, it's not says the movie
It's-
screen
that's
every
what I'm saying.
time.
Pushing arms and moving sideways. It's absolutely
He
ridiculous.
was literally moving in like linebacker flats. I think it was LeBron actually,
Yeah, it was.
and just pancakes him like Draymond.
Of
Just-
course.
Shocker.
I'm like, he's moving. Like, what are we doing? But this is like, if it was anyone else on that team, it would have still been the same thing. They all do it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks a little worse because he's a little stronger, right? But stop it, please. I'm tired of seeing it. Anyways,
Before you get into that, real quick, there was a game. There was NBA Finals, Cavs versus
Mhm.
Lakers, Golden Warriors, and Draymond literally comes up and Steph's just standing in one spot dribbling, and Draymond's literally like pick and then walking through
Yeah.
the guy,
Yeah.
opens the shot and he makes it. And I was like, how is that not a moving screen? You can't.
Ridiculous.
Steph didn't move.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because I mean, like we said, they've been doing it for as long and been getting away with it. But, yeah. So after that play, you're like, ooh, Warriors up by 1. What's about to happen? I mean, this is the double overtime. Like you're like, Clay also impressive to get to that double overtime shot. Great shot.
Mhm.
But anyways, end of the game. LeBron. Everybody hates on LeBron, thinks he's not a clutch player. This man hit back-to-back shots that were clutch, and then still wants the ball in his hands. Now, here's the issue that a lot of people usually have, is when he gets the ball, he drives it, and then he wants to pass it. Even though if it's the smart shot, they don't want him to do that. This time, he takes it on himself, shoulder down. It's like, you're either going to foul me or I'm scoring this bucket. And they foul him. He hits the 2 free throws. Wins the game. Crazy game.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Also,
It-
D'Angelo Russell needs to be traded. He needs out of there. He sucks.
Bad.
He's
Oh,
bad.
yeah. Okay, no. Stop.
He sucks. He hit 1 clutch 3. I think he had like 4 turnovers in both overtimes. Like could not.
His turnovers were terrible.
They were
yes.
awful.
It was like his hands were actually like complete full of sweat. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you what happened. That being said, un momento, por favor.
Wow.
Sorry,
What an
Ryan,
electric show,
I didn't
guys.
mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
Who knows at this point?
I have to get the stats so we can be aware
What do you
of how
want?
well
D'Angelo
D'Angelo actually has been
D'Angelo
playing.
Russell. Guys, trade or no trade, LeBron.
gonna
is
get
the reason
traded.
They won that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron and AD are the reason people watch the Lakers.
Yeah, LeBron with 36, 20, and 12. In the
Before
game.
the last
Russ had
game,
28, 5, and
Bef-
3 in that game.
or the last game at Atlanta. 23 and 5, 28 and 5, 29 and 4, 27 and 10. What are we talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? 34 and 8, 20 and 7, 29 and 3, 14 and 6 off game, 39 and 8. Like, those are his stat lines. Like, don't say trade the guy. Like, he's been playing crazy. Yes, he had a bad night, but they still won the game. What does it matter? Like, is he going to get traded? Yes, probably, because he's their best asset to trade.
Right.
But that
Mhm.
being said, does he deserve to be traded? Absolutely not.
What about Darvin Ham? Think he's
Dude,
staying or do you think he's gone?
He's staying because he's going to become just this. Yes, sir. Yes, LeBron, man. That man, every time I'm seeing him draw up a play, everybody's like, huh? LeBron's back there like, huh? LeBron is calling himself out of the games. Do we think that's an NBA head coach? No. LeBron personally fouls a guy to get out of the game to sit and rest.
True.
That's like the Denver Broncos hiring someone to time manage. All right, it's terrible. He's not going to be there for another year, but he probably stays for the rest of this year because he can be a motivator and a yes man and a yes coach.
That's got to be the best job on earth, is to just be the head coach for whatever team LeBron is playing for. LeBron's just gonna do it all, right? Like he's just
Right.
gonna be the coach on the court. You're just a figurehead at that point.
Exactly. And there's always players, coach, that make their players play better. And coaches just have to realize what type of coach they are, right?
Mm.
You have to have the people around you to benefit your or to be able to fill in your negative aspects at your position. All right, let's get out of here. Ryan shaking his head.
I'm not shaking my head. No, I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm learning about the NBA,
NBA.
which is funny considering of the three of us, I'm the only one that played basketball. But yeah, I don't know a dang thing
Hey,
anymore.
Y League. Never.
Exactly. Never forget. Never forget. Nah, that's been our NBA talk. Thank you guys for carrying that segment. I will be able to start contributing other than talking about and saying go Cavs here soon, as soon as the Super Bowl ends. So give me 2 more episodes. I'll start contributing. But on that, that's NBA talk. And that's the end of our show today. We want to thank everyone for coming and watching. This has been our shortest show, 1 hour. Actually, second shortest show. When Jason wasn't here, we were under an hour, Jerry. But other than
that, no, you weren't. You definitely weren't. You had an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You had an hour and a half.
nah,
Yeah, what you talking about?
Check,
Alright,
check the
shortest
tape.
show.
Check the tape.
I had to check the tape, but this has been most likely our shortest show that we've ever had. It's because football's coming to an end. It's so sad we only got one more game, but we will cover that game more in depth next week. It's coming up on the Super Bowl. We can't wait. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, follow us on our social media at Unnamed Sports S. We're on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now X, Instagram, and TikTok. And if wherever you find podcasts, whether it be Spotify, Apple, or wherever, don't forget to like and subscribe to us there as well. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.
Update Cavs up 6. Peace out.